going on, everybody? It's your guy Realistic, and I'm doing another overview video for soundoracle.net, and this one I'm really excited about because this is our most anticipated product of the year. We've had a lot of demand, a lot of requests to do this one. This is our brand new course right here, The Art of Mastering. This is the follow-up to The Art of Beat Mixing, The Art of Vocal Mixing, and when we dropped those two previous courses, right away we were getting tons and tons of emails and DMs of people saying, we love the course, can you do one on mastering? Well, now it's finally here, and that's exactly what we did, and we have packed this with a bunch of useful information for you. There's actually over 70 professional mastering tutorials inside of here for a total of 9 hours worth of content. And if you've taken our previous courses, you would already know kind of how we set this up, but if not, I'll kind of let you know. Is one of the things that I really love about how we set these courses up is we put these all into short, easily digestible chapters, so you don't have to sit through hours and hours worth of video trying to click through to find the information that you want to know. Let me give you an example here. Let's go to this limiter chapter here, for instance. So limiters, right? Let's say that you had watched the video on limiters, and like a month or two later, you're like, what was he saying about oversampling? Well, imagine if all these videos were all just one big long video of how limiters work, right? And you'd have to sit here and click through 30 minutes worth of videos to find where I finally talk about oversampling, right? We've taken that issue away, and we've just broken up each subject into its own chapter. So how the ceiling and input of a limiter is its own video here, how attack and release is its own video here. So you see ceiling input, it's a 6-minute video. We got attack and release, it's a 6-minute video. Oversampling, it's going to be a little bit over a 3-minute video, right? So then that way you can just go right to the information that you want instead of having to click through it, you know. And we got a lot of short videos too. You see that everything is kind of just really easily digestible, you know. Sample rate and bit depth, it's 2.5-minute video here. Headroom, it's almost a 5-minute video, right? And so that's kind of how we built that here. And you see too, we got this really beautifully designed, elegant interface, so everything is really easy for you to be able to guide through and understand how it works here. You know, we got chapters, let's say, just on EQ, and you click on that, and everything that you need to know about EQ when it comes to mastering is going to be inside of there. We got saturation. You know, we went through a bunch of different things here for saturation, you know, standard saturation, multi-band and mid-side saturation, tape saturation, soft clippers. You know, we just went through kind of everything that you might need to know when it comes to that. You know, and we also too, we got really useful information in here as far as preparing your songs for streaming, because if you're mastering, one of the final destinations might be mastering. It's a really one of the final destinations is probably going to be streaming. Even if you're going to press the vinyl or do CDs, there's a really strong chance that that final record is going to end up on streaming. So we just got a video here to set you up for that. And we answer a lot of questions too inside of this of, you know, where to set your levels at, how to use loudnesspenalty.com, how to counter the loudness penalty when you get hit for that, and different ways to go about it. We talk about, you know, the fades, we talk about the sample rate, bit depth, everything that you need to know when it comes to streaming. We got stuff in here too on mastering sets of stems and sums. That's a topic that a lot of people do wonder and ask about. So we break it down so you can see that it's actually not so intimidating. It actually, when you see, it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. This is something I can easily do. So not only do we explain it, but we actually show you how to go about mixing those sums and stuff like that, and those sets of stems. I was really fortunate too. I was able to get our guy Amon Jackson in here to sit down with us and talk to us about how mixing can impact the master and how mastering can impact the mixing. Really dope discussion that we have in here. Got things too on stereo imaging, and again, you see it's not just one really long chapter. Everything's broken down into really easy videos for you to be able to just sit there, watch real quick, so you can get a sense of how all of this stuff works here. If we go to like bus compression, you know, we explain all the information and stuff, but then we actually kind of, you know, show you how to use everything in there as well. And then one of my favorite chapters here is after we show you how everything works and having a good understanding of how to go about using it, we actually just go ahead and show you how to master several different songs. And I chose a lot of different genres so that way you can see it's not cookie cutter, it's not copy and paste. Everything's about, just understanding what the song is, and every song is its own unique set of circumstances. So then we can go in there and dial it in. And I got a lot of different songs for us to choose from, so you can watch, how I master an Afro pop song and how that may be different of how I may master a popish hip hop song versus an actual hip hop song, and how I may master just a regular pop song, a trap song, an emo trap song, a singer songwriter song, just the different routes that I may take, so we can really see that too. And it's really cool too that not only am I showing you that, but in this hip hop song, I was actually able to show you how we went ahead and mastered a record for the game. So then you can see, like, okay, so this is how we're applying this stuff, and this is the same stuff that we're using to apply for records on mainstream artists. And I've had the opportunity to be able to not only master a lot of songs and have a nice career in mastering, but I've also had the opportunity to master for some of my favorite artists and producers. Been able to master for the game, as you see there, but also Talib Kweli, Just Blaze, Madlib, Pharaoh Monch. There's just a really long list of people that I've got to master for. So I get to show you those same techniques that I got to master for with them. I show you those same exact techniques, those same professional quality, and how we can go about that. And inside of this course here is I show you how you can master using any plugin collection, any DAW. It doesn't matter your DAW, it doesn't matter your outboard gear collection, or if you don't have outboard gear, doesn't matter what your plugin collection is, even if you have stock plugins, because what I'm doing is I'm showing you how to understand mastering, how to use your hearing, and how to be able to decode what's going on. So no matter what your setup is, you'll be able to successfully master. And inside of here, I answer questions like, do you need outboard gear to be successful, and why you don't need it to necessarily be able to master records successfully. But if you have outboard gear, I show you how to use that as well. I answer questions like how to enhance your overall perceived loudness, how to enhance the overall perceived dynamics. And what do I mean by that? Well, when we apply a limiter on a record, there's not really too much around it. The limiter is going to take away some of the dynamics. So what we can do is we can enhance the perceived dynamics. So when the limiter goes in and takes away some of the actual dynamics, the perceived dynamics are still intact, so we can still enjoy that. I'm going to show you how to get a nice loud full master without taking away the dynamics and without taking away the quality and destroying it and squashing the record, but still being loud enough to be able to compete with everything. Inside of here, we answer how to prepare your records for streaming, and how to, get those at the right levels, and how to counter the loudness penalty. We talk about how to do excitement, how to polish the records, how to get things going for TV placements, and getting everything set for your clients and their alternative version needs. There's just a bunch of really useful information that you're going to need to know inside of this course. And we even have these little PDF guides here for you to be able to follow along here. So we got some different things in here. So these are just PDFs. So if we click on this here, we just click, we'll open up the cheat sheet here. So this one right here, mastering terms and vocabulary. You see, we just got a bunch of vocabulary and stuff, so you can kind of understand what these words mean as we're hearing it and mastering. And that way, in case you're in a studio and you're talking to an engineer or something, you'll be able to fully understand what the jargon is. We got about like 50 different terms inside of here for you to really fully understand all the terms that you're going to need for mastering. And we got other guys in here too. The importance of the song creation stages, limiters explain, some mastering recommendations, what you should set your levels at, what your output should be at, getting everything prepared for streaming. Just a lot of really useful information. So we always have that for you to be able to follow along to. And then Oracle too, he snuck this in here too, a little bonus $20 gift certificate to soundoracle.net. That way you can treat yourself to anything that you want on the site. So it's just a really greatly designed interface here that's going to be really easy for you to be able to use. All the information that you need to know when it comes to mastering is going to be in here. And I think that this is really going to be a way for you to be able to not only enhance your skills, but something that Oracle and I had talked about was really great about this is that mastering can be another source of income and revenue for you. So if you're an artist or you're a producer or a music maker or even a mix engineer, mastering is one of those ways that you can bring in a nice steady source of income, because one of the things that makes mastering different from a lot of other things when it comes to like for instance, mixing may take several hours, may even take you may even stretch that out over a few days or a week or two. But mastering it's all about making really instinctive choices, kind of going with your gut. You don't want to spend too much time on it, because then you're going to run the risk of damaging the record and doing too much. So when you get really good at mastering, you usually master records in about 15 or 20 minutes. We're not rushing through it. We're just making quick, instinctive decisions, and we show you how to be able to get to a point where you have the confidence to make those decisions. But what I'm saying is, think about it. If you're able to master a record in 15 or 20 minutes, and let's say that, on the low end, right, when you're just starting out, maybe you charge $50 for a master, right? That's kind of more on the low end spectrum of it, but people will definitely be willing to pay you that kind of money, and maybe even more eventually, right? But think about that. Let's just go with the low end, $50 per master. If it takes 20 minutes to master a record, you can potentially master 3 records in a 60-minute period. So that's potentially gives you an opportunity to make $150 an hour mastering records. So that way you can continue to do what you love. You're making money off of your music. You're your own boss. You're choosing your own hours. And it kind of can give you other opportunities too, because let's say you're a producer, right? And then you can make money off of mastering. You still love it. It's something that you're passionate about. You love mastering. You love doing music, but now you're also able to continue to work inside of your studio. So that will also give you time to continue to produce and not take away, versus if you're working at a place like Wells Fargo or Home Depot and it's just eating up all your time, right? And then you come home and trying to find the energy to produce, versus if this can give you the opportunity to make that type of income. So then you can focus on producing while also still making money off of something that you love doing, music, right? And that's kind of what we're setting you up for success inside of the art of mastering, because if you want to make that type of money, it's a good idea to get a sense of being able to understand how mastering works. And we saved you a ton of time, because now you don't have to search through YouTube tutorials trying to find the right stuff or trying to piece everything together. It's all right here. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on audio school to figure that out. Or there's even some other courses out there too that are really pricey. I know there's a course that we you probably know what it is. You see the ads for it online a lot, but that course is $5,000. This course is not that. We have this course right here for a lot less than that. The introductory price is only $147 if you get it at the introductory price, and eventually it's going to go up to $225. But either way, that's still a significantly lower amount than audio school and a lot of those other courses out there. And another thing too about this course is these are real things that we actually apply in real records that we use for mainstream artists, because we're actually showing you the same things that we use here at soundoracle.net to master those records for the mainstream artists that we work for. And all that information is going to be in here for you, so then you can successfully start your own mastering business and be able to get this source of revenue in here. And then also too, even if you're not looking to do that as a primary source of income, if you're making beats, you're producing beats, or you're making songs, or you're mixing, this will be able to allow you to be able to master your records, because you can apply the same stuff to mastering your beats, to be able to master the songs that you're working on. And let's just say that you're an artist and you know how to mix your records and you want to upload your records to streaming. This course will get you in the right direction, be able to upload those successfully. Whatever it is that you may do, mastering is going to be really beneficial for you to be able to learn how to do. And like I said, we have all that in the course. So I'll have the link in the description below for you to be able to access this course. And I really think that you're going to be able to get a lot out of it, no matter what your skill level is at, whether you're a beginner or you're an intermediate level, even if you're at an advanced level. I promise you that there's going to be things inside of this course that are going to be able to enhance your skill set, and you're going to be able to learn so much and become a much better mastering engineer. So it's called The Art of Mastering, and check it out in the link in the description below.